Hello, all caught up tubers, and welcome back to I Almost Forgot to Start Recording the End of This Battle with me, BlueAnkylo. Shining Force 2, in case you've somehow forgotten. So, there's still the last few enemies, but I almost killed them, because I was just sort of in the zone, and I remembered I promised you guys I'd show you the end of the fight. So, before we end the battle, let's talk about our levels a little bit. Also, let's talk about this screen that I haven't shown you before. You can change... I forgot you could even do this. You can change the message speed, which is probably a good idea to save some time. You could change the battle message if you wanted. And you can see a not very good map. And more importantly, you can see your member list from in battle. So what I did, as you can probably tell, is I wanted everyone to be about the same level, so I went for level 15. Unfortunately, during the promotion, or the level up party, I accidentally hit 16 myself. So did Peter, because Peter's ridiculous, and Geralt, and the two healers. So, we can't see the not in party characters, so you may notice that Peter is not with us right now. It's because I'm finding Freya to be about approximately 300 to 400 times better than Peter. I'll go over the stats at the end of battle, and I'll talk about sort of what's happened while we were leveling up. Suffice to say, now that we've caught up in levels, things aren't nearly so bad. Oops. Gotta remember the controls. But yeah, now that we can... does anyone even need healing? What am I doing here? Yeah, let's heal Jaha up. Once you catch up with the enemy levels, like it was actually quite easy to get to level 15. We can get to 16 or 17 in this fight if you really wanted to. But once we started getting to 12, 13, most of the good characters became very, very useful at that point. There's going to be a bunch of new spells, so I suppose I should mention some of that. We have Katon level 2 and Raijin. Raijin is like Bolt 2, which conveniently Tyron actually just learned. So remember I kept bad-mouthing Tyron because he seemed terrible? At level 11 he learned Freeze 3 and suddenly he became pretty good. And at level 15 he learned Bolt 2 and is now pretty awesome. But so if I was doing it again, I would try to get him to level 31 and then promote him. Yeah, pretty much for sure. So those are new spells. I haven't shown you guys Neptune yet, and Kazan also learned Deo level 2, which is even more pounding. No new spells for Sarah. Oh, Blast level 4 is new, I think. I might show that off. Maybe I should have showed that off. I've got Bolt 2 now. And of course, Freya, I didn't get to show this off, but exactly one level up from when you recruit him. He starts, I think, level 11 or 12 or something like that. One level after that, he learns Aura 1, and then a couple more levels later, he learns Aura 2. Those spells are really good. Like, I've been talking about Aura for a long time in this game. You can't, like really, they're good. They are, the kind of spells one can only dream of for healing. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him or not. The idea is the battles are much, much easier with two healers rather than just the one Sarah healer. I don't really like Friar Tuck, whatever his name is, Freya. I don't really actually like him very much as a unit, but, you know, I like winning battles. Jaha has been an odd story too. He was actually the last character to get to level 15 of the main party. I leveled up some of the other ones a little bit. And it wasn't, like, he wasn't doing a very good job, basically. If I move Tyron up there, he'll probably get killed. Oh yeah, Peter has insane attack power. But you can see, we could get to level 17 without any trouble. Still getting good XP. Right, so Aura level 2 costs 11 MP, And it can heal your entire group if you're all bunched up together. There are 15 squares, I believe, in Area 2 effect. So as long as everyone's grouped up around the central character, you can heal the entire party for 18. I think it's 18. Similarly, Aura 1 just works on 5 people maximum. But it's like casting heal on all of them. And as a side benefit, not only does it heal a lot of characters really quickly, the caster also gets a lot more experience. 25 as long as you target 3 or more. And you will get levels up pretty fast. That's why Freya is level 23 already. I've done this fight a few times, and she gets levels up really, really fast. Sarah gets levels up too because of her healing, but not quite the same. And yeah, I should maybe go after this shaman. Yeah, I'll go over a bit of a unit comparison at the end of this battle. Sort of show you what I've decided. There we go, another level up for May, a little bit of attack. She hasn't been getting that great level ups, but archers have a hard time with that anyway. So we win! We've rescued Moon. And now we can touch a rock. Zinc! But he is not from Moon. And he's also strong enough to carry a rock. He's from the past? Oh no. So, the first time I played this game, I really had no idea what was up with Zinc. But, there you go. He's got a shield face. So, there's Zinc. Now, you'll notice he's not my left portrait today. Also, he's got flashy red eyes. Wonder what that means. Zinc knows where they're hiding. I guess we'll do this first, then we'll look at our stats. Everyone loves stat checking. Oh, hey! Well, you guys seem like you're doing alright. I'm pretty sure there's something in one of these. There's a lot of barrels, we gotta check them, but... I think it's the one 2 below me there. Most of them. But it was for the greater good, right? Remember? Sure, kid. Sure. Oh, brutal. What a burn. Yeah, I killed all the devils. It's totally what I do. It's like my job. There it is. So that's an important one. I even remembered the right barrel, the right pot. That's a permanent +2 movement for somebody. So Gaian, I wonder who that is. Oh, look, it's another dwarf. Mr. Gaian. I mean, we just built it. We kind of invaded your homeland, I guess. To kill the devils and head over back to the original Grand Island and kill Xeon. Yeah, just to kill devils, you know. Thanks, Peter. Good summary. Yeah, Astro fills them in. So one thing you got to give it to Gaian, he's a brave dwarf. He wants to join up to save the world. Unfortunately for him, the biggest downside here is he's a gladiator. So this is the class that Jaha could have promoted to if I hadn't used the Warrior's Pride on him. And I generally don't like Gaian very much. I understand he has a pretty good attack power, but Jaha's the one that gets the defense power. And because Jaha is a Baron, he can use a sword, which makes up for the attack, slight attack deficit. And he gets +1 movement, which is even better. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, I think there might be a ring or something. Wing. It's not quite a ring. Yeah, Gaian's pretty tough. I guess we need to go get our picture, or our portrait drawn. It's very important we do this. I guess so. Alright, everybody, time for some amazing artwork. Send your fan pics to BlueAnkylo@gmail.com, I guess. There we are. Stunning. Fabulous, even. So, I have a feeling Blue's a hit with the ladies. I can just sort of tell. Alright, hey, what are you doing blocking my road? Right. You want to go to Grands? Alright. More the merrier, right? The Ancient Soldier. How do we know that? He just says he's from the past. Now, he's not actually, like... He's not on the team yet. He's just following us around. Some people just like to do that. They like to follow you around. Also, now that we've done that, the townspeople have moved in back here. There's actually quite a few people here. Oh, there's also this thing I have to do. There. Don't forget to stand on this one square. And, there you go. You actually can't use your normal C button for auto pickup. You have to select it from the menu and pick it up. That'll make more sense later. Just remember to take that with you. Alright, there should be some shops or something now. Oh, golems? I guess maybe we should come back to visit that kid later. It's possible, now that people have moved in, we're going to be locked out of a chest or two that I might have missed, but it's probably nothing important. Mystery of Nazca. This town is actually quite close to Nazca, so we don't have too much further to go for that. Actually, I did. Maybe it is looking for its body. So, they give you some hints that you should go looking for the Arm of Gollum. But, you have to step in that specific spot yourself. Any new weapons? Okay, this is just items. I don't think there's anything new. Ah, the Iron Knuckles, actually. Sure, because Sarah needs even more attack power. Well, we don't need angel wings. But, yeah, I think I mentioned that earlier, right? Master Monks get some of the most ridiculous weapons. I think there's like a giant knuckle or something you can get eventually. It's just insanely strong. But nothing else here looks new, so nothing to worry about. And, oh, a mage staff. That's new. I can't remember what this does. I'm gonna pick it up, though. And I'll probably give it to Kaz. Yeah, I'll give it to Kaz, and I just have to... you know, I bought all those healing drops, and then don't have room for stuff. I'm not a huge fan of the only 4 items per person sort of thing. I like how the remake does it, so, you have your equipment slots separate from your, like, inventory slots. You have 4 inventory and 4, equipment slots. Makes sense, right? That was a nice change. See, there are a couple stabs or staves that actually regenerate MP. I don't think the mage staff does that, but that would be cool if it did. Anything else in town? You're welcome, buddy. Suppose we could save it. Alright, so let's spend a couple minutes now that we've explored town. I've already spent 50 minutes of this episode. Let's spend a couple more minutes, and I'll talk about my party selection and how our stats have been turning out. So, basically, let's start with the healers, right? Well, there's only 2, so that'll be really fast. So, Sarah, because she's a Master Monk, gets incredibly good weapons. So she's got... And because she's also a healer, she can level up high. Although that means that if she kills something with her fists, she'll get 1 experience for it, which is kind of a waste. But she does have, like... Not the top attack, but she's in the top 5 for attack power. And I've given her the running ring for now, so she can always get up and heal somebody with heal 1 or the healing drop. But specifically, her spell selection is not great. Healing 18 or 36 HP in a turn is not really very much at this point in the game. So she's having a hard time. And it's been a long while since she was really good at keeping everyone healed up. Freya, on the other hand, won't get as much attack power. His other stats should be similar, except that he levels up quicker. So it'll be more likely that he will be a very high level Vicar rather than Master Monk. And his spells are much better. He's got the basic heal spell, which is nice. You know, it's nice and MP efficient. More importantly, he has Aura, and he will learn Aura 4 eventually. And because he can level up quickly, you can definitely guarantee he'll get that. I might or might not keep him. I'm not sure yet. I think I'll use him for the next couple of battles until we find another healer. Just so that the battles aren't too difficult, because it'll definitely make things a little easier. Now let's talk about mages and sorcerers and wizards. We currently have 3. We have Tyron, who's the wizard technically, and Kazan, who's turned into sorcerer, and Taya, who started as a sorcerer. So the key difference here is Taya actually learns her magic spells later. You'll notice that although she has Deo 2, which does more damage than Neptune, she doesn't have Neptune yet, and she's same level as Kazan. So that's a bit of a bummer. And the fundamental flaw I have with Taya, as much as I like her, I think I like sorcerers, so anyone who's a sorcerer has a good chance of making it to my party. And I think if I had not found the secret book and had no natural sorcerers that I promoted, I would probably have to try to take her and give her the defense ring or something. But notice her defense power and HP is really low. 34 defense, 49 HP, compared to even Kazan. He's got 17 more defense and about 10 more HP, and also way more MP. So part of this is because we leveled him up to 28 or so before we promoted, but I think also Kazan actually has better stat gains. And I think promoting Kazan to Sorcerer is really probably the best of the special promotion picks. Because he makes a terrible wizard. All he gets is Blaze 4, which I believe does 40 to 45 damage for 10 MP, I think. Maybe 8 MP, something like that. Deo 2 will do about 40 to 50 damage, and he'll keep getting better spells as a sorcerer, and eventually he'll be doing 60, 70 damage to a single target, which is awesome. So, Sorcerer Kazan, really, really good. So I want to keep him. And then Wizard Tyron, as much as he had a really slow start, now that he's got Freeze 3, and especially once he gets Freeze level 4, Freeze level 4 will do about 50 damage at range 3. That is going to be really, really good. And then Bolt gives us some amazing AoE damage chance. If the enemy all groups up together, we can hit a ton of them for a little bit of damage. And I think that really helps out. So I'm going to keep Tyron. It just took a while to get him useful. And I'm not going to use Taya. And there's one more wizard you can get that I'm also not going to use. Well, there's 2 more. No, there's 1 more, sorry. Just 1 left. Okay, that covers healers and sorcerers. Let's look at the bird people. So Luke is the one I cut out. And it's primarily because his attack sucks and his defense isn't really good for a frontline fighter. He is level 15, like all the other mainliners, basically, with 56 defense. So Geralt, you know, plus 10 over him, and he's getting 2 or 3 every level up. May's a little bit lower. Peter is way higher. Slade's is higher. Even Kazan, who's pretty defensive for a sorcerer, but like he's got almost as much defense as Luke. Jaha's got way more. We'll talk about that. Chester is pretty low on defense, but my point is, you know, Luke is not really turning out that amazing, so I'm going to cut him. And unfortunately for the other bird, if you look at Luke's stats, I tried to keep everyone's weapons the same so it's a fair comparison. So 67, 74, 56 for the main stats. Screech is -6 to 10 for each of those. So Screech is even worse. And, you know, I made sure I got her to level 15 just to see if she suddenly got amazing stat upgrades. Maybe she does eventually at like level 30 or something. It's really hard to get much higher than 30, so if she still sucks at that point, I don't know what I'm going to do with her. So bird people, not so great. Now, I'll talk about Knights and Pegasus Knights next. Chester, just like it was in the olden days, tons of HP, attack is okay, and terrible defense for really a frontliner. So it means he takes a ton of damage from enemy hits, although he can withstand it for a little while because he's got the HP. The problem is, I can't hardly heal it back up, right? Like, you know, if we could only heal 18 or 30 per turn, and he just takes that much damage every turn anyway, it's, you know, it's not a really great setup. So Chester he's probably my next cut once I get someone to replace him. So his main stats, 91, 78, 55. If we look at Rick, what's Rick's difference here? Plus 20 defense, minus 15 HP. Rick is way better. Like, all around way better. Plus, I made him a Pegasus Knight so he can fly, which makes up for the lack of land effect. Rick is doing amazing. Like, his defense is so good right now. So he's guaranteed in the team. My other Pegasus Knight is Jero, and I got him up to 15 just to compare. I don't know, again, a lot of these promoted, the ones you recruit promoted, I don't know if they might turn out better eventually, but if you compare Jero's stats, 66, 64, 50, to even Rick's, it's not good enough. And it's not even really good compared to Chester, right? So Jero, I mean, it's cool he can fly and all, and he looks kind of neat. He's got a nice picture. I'd rather use him than the young-looking centaurs. He looks like a real man with elf ears. But his stats just aren't good enough. And that's all of the knights / flying units. So, what else is left to check quick? Oh, Higgins! I forgot about Higgins. I got him to level 15 as well. He's about as good as Jero. Pretty similar, actually. A little bit more attack power, a little bit less defense. That lack of defense, though, is a big problem, so that's even worse than Chester's, right? Yeah, so I can't even consider using him. You can see Jaha has really good defense. Now, it took him a long time to get that. He is not an early bloomer. Like, he had to be level 10, 11, 12 before he suddenly became good. Also, keep in mind, his critical sword is about +3 better than the normal weapons for this tier. So his attack power is technically 78 if you were fair. But that's fine, that's a reasonably good attack power. The key factor here is pretty good HP, amazing defense, and acceptable movement as a Baron. So I think I'm going to lock him in as well. I didn't level up the turtle fruit. Slade, of course, is amazing. Peter, of course, is amazing. One more level up, and his attack is going to cycle over to the 100 limit. And May is doing good. I tried to bring up Road a bit, but I was getting really tired farming him up. He's not going to catch up with May. He'll have more defense. This is part of the bonus of the, whatever you call these things. Brigandine, something or other. I could have 2 of these. I could promote Elric or Janet to 1 as well. And they do get good defense for an archer. On the other hand, they're slow. May moves more squares. Their agility is really horrible. And the attack power isn't that hot. I mean, what, he's 4 levels below her? Let's assume it would never happen. But let's say he got +2 attack every level up. That would put him at, what, 71? Still 10 below. Oh, wait, she's got the power ring. I'll put him 5 below May, I guess. That's fairly close. It's more likely he would just get +1 every level up, though. And then Elric and Janet, I don't want to use them. They're terrible. So anyway, that's my that's what I decided. So what I'll do, we can do this on camera because today's episode is kind of a in-between filler. Next episode, we're gonna head out and fight another boss, actually. And I just want to prep for that a little bit by using some of these items. So I was deciding who to use the Bright Honey on. The Bright Honey will give maximum MP boost. I was gonna give it to Slade because Slade gets some pretty cool spells and he doesn't get a lot of MP usually. On the other hand, his main attack is so good, he should just attack 99% of the time, even though his spells are kind of cool. Otherwise, I could give it to one of my wizards or sorcerers, but they actually get really good MP growth and a regenerating MP staff eventually. So they don't really need the MP quite as badly. The healers, the thing they have is they can level up really high, so if I need more MP, I just keep fighting with them anyway. So I decided, instead of giving it to those kinds of units, I'm going to give it to me, because my MP is kind of bad, and I get eventually Bolt 4, which is one of the best spells in the game, and I generally have not enough MP to even hardly cast it at all. So a couple Bright Honeys might help that out. The trick, of course, is because it's random, you'll get between 2 and 4. You use it, and you see what you get, and then you reset the game, normally by pressing the reset button, and see if you get something different. I think you might have to... The way the random number seeds work, you might have to do something else in between, or else it just gets stuck on the same one. So, like, maybe if I talk to this guy, that might move the random seed up a little bit, and then try... So it did change it. I don't know how to game the system right now. Yeah, okay, well, it definitely changes. It should be between, yeah, it should be between 2 and 4. So there you go. That's 1. So then you'd go to you'd go to you'd go to the church, and you would save it and try again. See if you got another good one. We did not. Let's use another one. So we're getting bad luck. Whatever. I'll do this one in between episodes as well. Suffice to say, I decided to give the agility and the MP buff to me. I don't know about that running pimento. We just got it. I'm going to give the power water to Jaha because he's doing good, and +4 attack will make him even better. His defense is amazing, so we'll just buff his attack a little bit, and he'll be set. I'm going to give Kazan the cheerful bread because he's my favorite mage unit at the moment, and that's all we're going to get, probably. So I want to keep him alive, and because Tyron has a longer range, he has a range 3 spell, Kazan gets a little bit closer to the front line. I want him to be able to withstand a couple hits if possible, so +4 HP. I'm going to give Slade the Protect Milk. Even though he's got good defense, the enemy really likes to target him down. So +4 defense on him will help him stay alive, so he can do ridiculous damage. Peter doesn't need anything, he's awesome. I'm going to give May another power water because I'm only going to have one archer, and it might as well be her. And they tend to have low attack growth. So I can give her the water, and then I can move the power ring to somebody else if I need to, for instance. Geralt, I will give the running pimento to, who, this is actually, I think, the only stat up item that doesn't have any random effect to it. It's always +2. So, there you go. So now Geralt is awesome. His stats took a while after promotion to start catching up, but by the time he hit about level 10 or 11, he started rocking it big time. So I'm glad I leveled him up, and he's now a permanent member of the team. I know last episode I was talking about how he was a little bit weak. Luke is out for now. Rick is in. I'm going to give him a little bit more power water. I think Rick as well has a lower attack growth. All of his stat points seem to go to defense and HP. So a little bit more attack will help him out, and he's already locked in. Oh, I actually had 2 cheerful breads, so I'm giving 1 to Tyron, 1 to Kazan. So I mean that seems fair. I think that's all my stat ups though, so that's it. I didn't really compare Gaian to Jaha. Suffice to say, worse weapons, -1 movement, not as much defense, not going to make it. Alright, so that's it for this episode. I realize we didn't get a lot of action, but it's already been 30 minutes. And I need to do these stat ups, so that's going to take me a little bit of messing around I don't want to record. Next episode, though, I promise a fancy-dancy boss battle and maybe even a trip over the ocean if you're lucky. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you have enjoyed. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my party composition plan. See you guys.